Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. What the fuck is a Salesboat retrospective? This is it on the screen, pretty much. Okay. I just want to preface this by saying it might look cool. It's not really about like the animations. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be a sailboat. It doesn't have to be a boat. It doesn't have to be an island. It doesn't have to be a sun. It doesn't have to be anything like that. This is just a visual way. I'm just prefacing this on displaying how you should run an agency, okay? How you should especially start, but also use this throughout your journey, okay? To very much spot risks, identify your goal, understand your why, and also pretty much get everything aligned, okay? It helps you to understand everything that you need pretty much to have success in the agency space. Now, I just want to say that not every single thing which is shown in this might be useful to your business specifically. So maybe just take specific things, but I would take this template as a whole. Maybe not with a boat. This is just more visually, as I said. But the idea of it. Take this on board. Understand your anchor, understand your wind, and understand your sun reef and goal, for example. It doesn't have to be an anchor, a wind, a sun. It can just be, what those things actually are, which I'm going to go over right now. So basically, this is the Salesboat retrospective. You are the boat, okay? That is you. That's your agency, okay? And you need to pretty much identify these different things: sun, wind, anchor, reef, okay? And I think we should start off with the sprint goal, okay? The goal in this retrospective is to get to the goal. Okay, is to get to the island. That is the goal. Okay, you're on a boat. The aim is the island. How do you relate this to the agency space? You need to identify your goal. Okay, and that's the main thing. That is something that I would 100% recommend that you do. A lot of people just start the agency. Their goal is maybe something generic, 10K a month, something like that. That, quite frankly, that is a goal, yes, and you should definitely have that. But you need to go deeper than that. Okay, some people, that's their only objective with the agency. You need to identify your why. Okay, why are you actually doing this? What do you personally want to achieve? Okay, and you can say, for example, realistically, most of the time it's going to be profit. If you're starting an agency, you're not trying to you're not trying to solve starvation. You're not trying to end world hunger, anything like that. Most of the time it's for profit and it's for your own personal benefit, and there's nothing wrong with that. But maybe it's not the money which you actually want. Maybe it's something deeper. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe you want to eliminate your insecurities which you had growing up. People maybe made fun of you. Maybe you didn't get enough attention as a child, so you want to, get money. That will obviously bring attention to you. Obviously, these things they might be bad, morally not good, but that's your why. Okay, and to be honest, if you identify why, and that is actually why you want to achieve this goal deep down, that's your why, and you should stick to that, and you should write that down. What I've got in my personal and I guess agency life, I've got this morning ritual, well, morning formula, it's called. It basically describes my ideal life when I achieve my goal, the person I want to become, and my like hidden, well, not my hidden, my deeper reasons to why I actually want to achieve this. Okay, I'm not saying these are mine, but maybe it's because you want to help your family. You want to pretty much retire your parents, for example. You want to help your friends, stuff like that. Okay, but obviously just go deeper. If you want me to make a video in the future on like really in detail about your why, I will, because I think that is probably one of the most important parts of actually running a business, not even just an agency, but an agency especially, but a business as a whole. You need to identify why you're actually doing this. And let me stop the tangent. You need to identify your goal, okay, first of all. Whether this is getting clients, whether this is hitting 10K a month, okay? Let's say, for example, the goal for the rest of this video is going to be hitting, let's say, 50K a month in revenue for your agency. Now, that is the first pillar, getting your goal sorted. Now, you're the boat especially. Now, what is really going to get us towards the goal? Now, this is a wind boat, okay? So it's not got paddles in it. We're going to have to use wind, okay, to get us towards that island. Obviously, you're going to steer it inside the boat. The wind is really going to get you towards the goal. It's going to help us forward, okay? So what in our agency do we need to help us achieve the goal? That's really what we're going to do. And I've added a few examples here within the wind bit. Organic lead flow, that's going to help us move forward. Automating service delivery, that's going to help us move forward because it's less time spent your time, less of your time spent on service delivery. You can spend more time maybe outreaching, developing outbound systems, for example, and also this is going to help us achieve the 50K a month goal because it's going to improve our service delivery by it being automated. It doesn't rely on human error. Not just this, but it also just helps pretty much everything. If it's automated, you can pretty much repeat that for clients. You can show them in the sales calls. It's going to help pretty much your clients' experience. They're going to refer people. That's going to get you close to 50K a month. Thirdly, networking. Obviously, that's really important. That might not necessarily help your agency directly. It's going to help your network, obviously. But with this, you can network with people in the agency space which are able to help you. Okay, maybe for example, maybe the person that you network with could be your ICP. You could work with them. Maybe someone you network with could refer someone they know in your ICP. All works. Networking is really important, and it actually does go really underrated. And in my opinion, the best way to network is having a personal brand. Hence why I'm making this video. One of the objectives of making this video is actually to network with people. Another objective is obviously to help you guys, I guess, to provide value. So later, maybe you DM me on Instagram. We can maybe start working together, whether that's mentorship or with my agency. So yeah, I mean, networking is one of the goals of making this video. If you're an agency owner yourself, maybe you're not looking for mentorship, maybe you are. I'd love to network with you. Maybe you're not even an agency owner, maybe you're another business owner, or maybe you're looking to get into the agency space. I'd love to network with you. Feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I'll probably will respond to it. But yeah, next, another win could be example outsourcing work. That's going to save you time. Sometimes the people you outsource it to might be better than you at this work. All good stuff. Next, switching to high ticket only. This is obviously useful because you're no longer dealing with low ticket clients, which, if you've worked with low ticket clients in the past, it's actually some of them who are the most picky clients, most nightmare to work with. So switching to high ticket only, it'll increase revenue, getting you obviously close to the 50K a month. And obviously it will reduce the amount of time spent on lower ticket offers as well. So yeah, that's the wind. That's what's gonna help us forward. So what do you do with this? You need to focus on increasing the amount of wind, basically, in your agency, helping to move yourself forward even more. Adding new ways, but not only adding new ways, making it overcomplicated, but improving on the things which you've already got in place to make the wind, I guess, more powerful. Okay, using the analogy. And next is the sun. Okay, this is what makes us feel good. Okay, and this sun is going to be on the island. It's going to be on the island. Okay, and this is really, I guess, byproduct of achieving your goal. Okay, once you obviously achieve the goal, you get on the island. That's the goal. What you're really going to get though on the island? You're going to be able to sit there. You can relax, absorb the sun. I don't know. You can enjoy the sun. Pretty much stuff that makes you feel good. This is a byproduct of reaching the goals. You need to identify these as well. Okay, because this can be a North Star. This can help you to, I guess, identify your why, and it can also be another goal. Okay, what makes us feel good? Okay, and obviously your actions will then have to align to what makes you feel good. Closing high ticket clients, that feels good. Okay, I can definitely agree with that because you get on a call, you close them, a few £1,000s maybe. You feel good about yourself. Okay, you've got good sales ability there. But most importantly, you've got the money in. That's I guess the main thing which makes you feel good. But you can't just feel good about this. You have to actually put the actions in place. You need to be booking meetings. You need to be learning sales, all that good stuff. You need to be doing that to actually embrace the stuff that makes you feel good. Next, receiving good results for a client. Again, you can't just get this out of nowhere. You need to put the work in to achieve these good results. Next, content doing well on socials. That's about consistency. Okay, it's not with content. It's not you put 10 in, you get 10 out. You have to maybe put 10 in every day for 2 months, and then you might get something out. It's not always guaranteed either, but the more you're consistent with it, I guess the more likely you are to get it. So it's not what's the word? It's not instant gratification. There we go. You need to learn delayed gratification for content, and doing it will, I guess, develop your delayed gratification-ness. I don't know the word for it. But yeah, it's not instant gratification with content whatsoever. So those are the stuff which makes you feel good. Just added 3 examples there. Focus on that, but also focus on having the actions aligned to achieve these. You can't just get it out of nowhere. Next is what's holding us back, the anchor. Okay, if you've got your anchor in the water, that's pretty much going to counteract all of the, I guess, effort coming from the wind. Okay, so you need to be getting this anchor back up. Okay, lifting it up, allowing you to move faster. Remove these things basically, which are holding you back. Maybe, for example, something that's holding you back is you've not got budget for certain tools in the beginning. You need to maybe do things around that. Okay, put more work in, for example, put more time into it because you've also not got the capital at the moment. You need to invest some of your time. Knowledge gaps. See, fill these knowledge gaps. Relying on one outreach method. Now, this is a debatable one. I personally don't mind having one outreach method. Obviously, it's better, in my opinion, perfect is to have 2 outreach methods and 1 inbound or 2 inbound methods. Obviously, the more the merrier. But if you've just got 1 outreach method, you are relying on that sole outreach method a lot. Okay, say for example, it's SMS. If you're only relying on SMS outreach, but your phone number gets banned, you're pretty much screwed for the next however many days until you get it back or until you're able to get another number verified, for example. Yeah, you need to have at least 2 outreach methods. It's not only as a liability, not a liability, as a fallback option, but also just to increase the volume. Talent gaps as well, pretty much the same as knowledge gaps. Limiting beliefs on price. So maybe you're trying to invest in a course, you've got a limiting belief on it. Your limiting belief might be that all course sellers or all mentorship offers are scams, for example. That's what I thought at the start. That is a limiting belief, to be honest with you. And I'm not just saying that because I've got mentorship, which you might be interested in, but it is actually true. This is a limiting belief. So you need to obviously break your limiting beliefs, not just on price. And depending on one client, if you've only got one client and you're spending, obviously, I am not an advocate for spending money. I think that's a good thing. But if you're depending on one client and you're spending all that money every single month, especially on things which aren't investing back into your agency, it's not ideal because if that one client churns, you're fucked, basically. You need to, I guess, store some of your money. And finally, reefs. You need to be identifying your future risks ahead, okay? Why is this useful? So you can eliminate them now and not suffer the consequences later. But also, I guess if you can't remove the risks or the future things which are going to happen, you can prepare yourself for them. For when it does happen, you can prepare yourself to have the most minimal damage you can, okay? So for some examples here, burnout, you can definitely prepare yourself for burnout beforehand, maybe taking regular breaks. For example, I'm here. I'm on a 2-week holiday in Italy at the moment. I'll show you the view. Have a look. Let's drop off this curtain. I don't know if you can see through the camera. It's a nice view, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is purely just a break. Obviously, I have still been working. I'm recording right now, so this is work for the personal brand. But I've also obviously been working on the agency as well. It's hard for me to stop work. I'll be honest with you. I just love it so much. But this is helping my burnout. Okay, I'm not working constantly 24/7. Got a strict routine. I was out by the pool for maybe 5-6 hours today. In this villa. Absolutely perfect. Had a bit of a rest, and obviously now it's around 6:30. I'm getting ready to go out to eat, and then, well, obviously I'm recording this video. So this is going to help with my burnout, okay? Because I'm recording this late July. In August, I'm going to be fully locked in after this break. I've had a 2-week break. I need to pretty much get the time which I've lost back by locking in fully in August. So this is going to help me to do that. If I was just fully all in for all of this year, by now I'd been fucking burned out. It would be ridiculous. Next, churn. You can obviously help churn by improving your service delivery, loads of other things as well. If you want me to make a video on churn, let me know. An agency competition, that is a risk. More and more people getting into the agency space. What can you do specifically to build a USP and just differentiate yourself, out-compete your competitors, basically? But this really is the Salesboat retrospective, okay? My business partner made this, not me, so I'm going to give credit to Muji for that one. I appreciate that. But yeah, obviously this might look all colourful. You don't need to make it like this. This is just something to think about. Not only just think about, but take action on it as well. Identify your wind, sun, anchor, reef goal. Okay, identify all of them. Put the action in place to achieve the goal by looking at everything else outlined in this. And yeah, have fun. But you might have heard me mention throughout this video. Yes, it is a little bit of a pitch. If you're an agency owner, DM me on Instagram. I might have something to offer you. Obviously, I'll provide value first. This has been valuable as well. You know, if you want me to help you grow your agency, if you want to start an agency, send me them on Instagram. Also, if you're a business owner, okay, I might be able to work with you in terms of my agency, where we can guarantee results. If you want some of that, obviously send me a message on Instagram as well. It's in the description down below at Albie Scarborough. Send me a message. Goodbye.